So, what happens when the radical left tries to destroy conservative businesses in small town America? Well, they get absolutely demolished by a Patriot uprising. Tonight, we bring an explosive story from Fox Valley, Illinois, where a Democrat alderwoman's secret Facebook group tried to blacklist pro Trump businesses. But these cancel culture commissars didn't expect what happened next. Patriots nationwide turned their hit list into a buy list, transforming their attempted takedown into the biggest conservative commercial uprising we've ever seen. Local business owners are fighting back. Ethics complaints are now flying, and the left's playbook completely exposed. And speaking of surveillance and protection, patriots, here's something crucial. While the radical left is making secret lists to target conservatives, you need to protect yourself with hard evidence. That's where CarVision X comes in. This military-grade dash cam captures everything, perfect for documenting harassment, fake accusations, or even cancel mob targeting. Thought I had it here somewhere. Oh, it's too far for me to reach. But it does have 4K Ultra HD night vision, 24/7 recording. It's your silent guardian against false claims and setup attempts. Visit carvisionx.com now for free shipping and join thousands of patriots protecting themselves from the radical left schemes. Okay, so we've got a really good update for you. Now, if you don't know, just 3 days ago, we posted this thread, and it went super nova. The radical left is at it again. Fox Valley, Illinois, a group of cancel culture elitists led by politicians targeting conservative businesses to crush freedom and silence dissent. This is a war for our values. So share this thread. And it started with this, actually. Awake, Illinois. Fox Valley communists created a list of retailers they plan to boycott. They think that they can struggle pro-American businesses in the area. Would be a shame if you shared it and told your friends to support these businesses. Now, it went viral. Slightly offensive. Elijah Schaefer picked up the story, and it was, I'm like, holy cow, Elijah's picking it up. This is awesome. Elijah's got a new website, a new blog you need to check out. If you don't know Elijah, you need to. Slightly offensive. We'll dig a little bit deeper into his story here. Political abuse. Conservative business in Illinois face aggressive boycotts, sparking community outcry. In the wake of recent boycotts targeting conservative-leaning businesses in Illinois, residents and community leaders are rallying to support the establishments. Cancel culture in Fox Valley. Look at that graphic. The Next News Network, along with Awake Illinois, broke the story of a cancel culture campaign aimed at driving conservative-owned businesses to financial ruin, spotlighting the growing struggle to maintain community values amid mounting political tensions. The issue has ignited a call to action from both businesses and supporters in the Fox Valley area, a region now facing increased division and economic threats. So here's the initial post that we just presented. Fox Valley communists created a list of retailers they plan to boycott. And you can see all the different businesses. Now, among the businesses on the receiving end of this coordinated boycott are Village Squire, South Elgin, Whiskey Bend in St. Charles, Movable Feast. These local mainstays have historically served as communal gathering spots, contributing to the fabric of Fox Valley's social landscape. However, due to their owners' conservative stances, these businesses have now become targets of boycott efforts aimed at stifling conservative voices and promoting political conformity. Elijah linked to our initial thread here. We thank him for that. And I want to make a point here because, this is a very extensive article. You need to read about it. Go to the slightlyoffensive.com website and dig in deep. But I'm going to give you a taste of what we're up against. In the midst of this research and the follow-up, I came across a video that really highlights the mindset of these people. Okay? Before I show it to you, I want you to take note of this charity because this charity was specifically targeted. It's a 501c3. It's called Big Hearts of Fox Valley. You know what they do? They provide coats for children in the wintertime. They provide Christmas gifts for families that couldn't otherwise afford them. And this organization, this charity, was on the hit list to boycott. That just shows you the sickness that we are up against. These people would rather watch children suffer than let them wear a MAGA hat or support a political candidate. This is America, and we have the freedom to choose who we want to support. But for them to go ahead and try to cancel a children's charity, that shows you just how sick these people are. So I want you guys to go and make a donation to 501c3 charity, Big Hearts of Fox Valley. Okay? The website is right there on the screen. You can see it, bigheartsfv.org. bigheartsfv.org. Very simple. Now, I was telling you about this video I came across. I got a lot of content here. This is one of the administrators of the group that permitted the post. Her name is Martha Paschke. And according to her LinkedIn page, she's an experienced program manager, educator, and community organizer looking to impact policy with the aim to improve systems and help all people thrive. Unless you're wearing a MAGA hat. Unless you vote for Donald Trump. You're not in her little party. Oh, and one of the radio shows, it was actually The Morning Answer, AM560. They picked up the story. WLS picked up the story. And we posted it in our extensive thread. So if you want to listen to some of those radio hits, I encourage you to do so. But in one of those radio hits, a caller called in and said that this woman terrorized her family during COVID. I mean, it was a horrible story. I'm sure so many of you were terrorized during COVID. But Brian, let's go vertical with this. And this is what we're up against. This is the mindset. This is the woke mind virus that still permeates. And it's just an example of the people who are trying to cancel conservatives. Now, I'm going to warn you, there is some language here that this woman uses. So if you're sensitive to language, well, you know what to do. Listen.
Hate. I found out today that somebody that I work with is a conservative, and he's somebody who's really intelligent, and he's somebody who works in climate tech as a super smart guy, somebody I would never have thought was conservative, and apparently he is. And it's surprising, and it's disgusting. But what's most surprising to me is the level of sudden hatred that I have for him. Sudden hatred for this man who I used to respect suddenly just went boop, and I fucking hate him now. It's not about politics, it's about morals. And if you are not a person of morals and you are educated enough to fucking know better, I think I hate you. I know we still have to get through life with these people. Like, at the end of the day, I still work with this man, but I'm not gonna hate him. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fucking hate him now, and that's just how it is. And tolerant, take a hike, because when it comes down to morals and ethics and giving a fuck about other human beings, if you're smart enough to know better, you're educated enough to know better, you are exposed enough to other people in the world to fucking know better, and you're still okay with electing evil, I'm not okay with you. I found out today that somebody that I work with is a conservative, and
yeah, I found out that someone I work with is a conservative, and now I hate them. That's the mindset of the people who are behind this cancel culture, trying to cancel these organizations. Brian, go horizontal now. Here's one of the individuals, a daughter of one of the owners of these businesses. And they had this to say: "Thank you for exposing these horrible people. Unbeknownst to me, these awful women, unbeknownst to these awful women, one of the owners, my mom, is a licensed lawyer in the state of Illinois. She'll be doing everything she can to not only protect her business, but all of these businesses on the list. Sad to see what has happened to my beloved hometown. I hope more and more people see this post and share it so it goes viral. Shame those who thought it was okay to target businesses that not only support our president, but also America." Another one. All the businesses she was trying to cancel are a huge part of the Tri-City economy, and many of those owners are active and engaged in bettering the area. She doesn't even realize she's shooting the Tri-Cities in the foot, and she is not fit to serve. Now we're learning that an ethics complaint has been filed against Martha Paschke because she's an elected official. Awake Illinois posted this to their page, and people are, I mean, why would an elected official knowingly sabotage her own community? It's disgusting. And of course, they made a post on their Facebook page after they'd locked it down, and they're like, oh, well, we were just admins and we didn't know anything about it and it was only up for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Well, you run a Facebook page and it is dedicated to the woke mind virus. It is anti-Trump. It is anti-American. And it was there. And everybody saw it. And now you're exposed. There's the cat's out of the bag. You can't escape this. You just can't escape it, Martha. Here we have Awake Illinois. This is the list of organizations and businesses that cannot be canceled. So many great groups here. You've got 38 Motor Cars, Alexander's Cafe, Alley 64, Akata Theater, Arcedium Coffee, Old Republic Food and Bar, Betag Group. I mean, I know these people. Larry Betag, Big Hearts of Fox Valley, Minor Mobley. I mean, he runs that organization. Colonial Cafe, Copper Fox, Eddie Goodell's, Excel Automotive, run by Minor. Fox Valley Buick, Foxfire, Gun Barrel Coffee, Heel or Hide, Heinz Brothers, Luau Coffee, Movable Feast, Napleton Chevrolet, Peerless Fence, Prestige Imports, Rookies Bar and Grill, Scooby's Food, Sunny Acres Farm, Syrup, Breakfast Joint, The Office, Village Squire, and Whiskey Bend. All part of the community. And if you are out tomorrow in the area, they are doing a Rebel Diners are going to be mobilizing tomorrow at Foxfire Geneva, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The resistance gathers. A table for 25 is locked in, but all are welcome. Email tom@freedomsquare.com to join the fight against the cancel mob. Let's pack the house and send a message. I have already RSVP'd, so I will be there if you want to come hang out. So we're learning now the commies, yes, they're cowards. Their Facebook group is hidden, and they're very cranky. We showed everyone how hate has a home in their hearts. Remember those signs? Hate has no home here, right? They sit there in their high horse and their nose up in the air. Hate has no home here. Well, it does in their hearts when they go after children's charities. And the rapid response is out. But this is the admin notice that they pasted on their page. After discussion amongst the admin group, we have decided that the post sharing political affiliations of businesses that are not aligned with our political views was more divisive than beneficial to the greater community, and the post was removed. Little late for that, Paula. Oh, yeah, she's a real winner. She's a picture on her face. It says no hate like a tattoo. It's pretty disgusting. But this thing has gone totally viral. Dan Proft, Amy Jacobson on The Morning Answer, they featured Larry Betag of the Betag Group, who was another target of the mob, slamming alderwoman Paschke's claims and exposed the woke attacks on local business. Let's listen.
AM560 The Answer.
There's more room if people want to come on.
So at least we're trying. Elgin and Batavia, so Elburn, Elgin, all over the place. Businesses they've identified as being supportive of the Republican Party, supportive of Trump, supportive of local candidates who are affiliated with the Republican Party or are also supportive of Trump, you know, the guilt by association game. And Martha Paschke, who's becoming the face of this, and I think deservedly so, at least we're trying to make her the face of it. She's apparently the person who put together literally a spreadsheet with an enemies list and the crimes against humanity these businesses have committed. We talked to K.C. Gulbro yesterday, who owns Foxfire and the Copper Fox in Geneva. I guess Foxfire is one of the places that our friend Tom Sadek has organized resurgence of the rebel diners to go patronize tomorrow, right?
Yes.
I saw he's texting me here. They've got a reservation for 25 at Foxfire tomorrow.
Yeah, so if people want to come out, just go 25, and there's more room if people want to come on over. So,
if you haven't checked this Next News Network thread out, do so. I retweeted it a couple days ago, and it's got the spreadsheet because the spreadsheet is just fascinating and disturbing, and fascinating in a disturbing way. You know, the descriptions of the offenses committed that demand boycotting and wherever else these people want to take it, I don't know. For example, Luau Coffee in Elburn, anti-mask, notorious staging spot for cane GOP before canvassing. And they're talking about this like supply depots of an enemy of the state that need to be eliminated. Well, we've got another business that we're going to speak with, business owner, Larry Betag, and their crime from the spreadsheet. They own the Betag Group in St. Charles. Owners Larry and Michelle Betag, large GOP donors, behind the Campton Warriors, ran Kerry Lake fundraiser at their house.
dun dun dun.
All right, well, let's talk to this ne'er-do-well, according to the powers that be in the western suburbs.
So Larry's crime was hosting Kerry Lake at his house for a fundraiser. So they set out to cancel him.
Larry Betag, VP of National Production at the Betag Group in St. Charles. Larry, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
I'm humbled to be with a couple of rock stars like you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
easy there,
you're welcome. Pleasure. But would you like to plead for mercy for the crimes that you have committed in the Western Burbs?
Yeah, I was going to go to confession earlier this week, but maybe I can air my grievances here too.
Yes, where it's cathartic. Yes.
Very cathartic.
What's your reaction to what's this targeting that's being done, and again that spreadsheet is just the key. That's really next level stuff with these details about your activities and why you need to be boycotted, or your business needs to be boycotted and such.
Well, they don't have everything right, that's for sure. They got 2 out of the 3 things right, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to put stuff out there, they might want to be accurate. I think to blanketly do that's probably not appropriate. But you know what I was thinking when knowing that I was going to be on, have the ability to be on here with you guys, is that she's washed her hands of it and said that I'm the Facebook administrator of this group. Well, I'm an administrator of about 7 groups myself, none of which are political. But as an administrator, you can turn on commenting, you can approve people, you can approve, or you can go ahead and block. And
you could turn on you can moderate all posts. Like there are groups that I'm a part of, and if you try to post, it says your post is under review by the moderators. But apparently their Facebook group was wide open. So all this hate was just spilling into that group. And that's when the list was published to boycott these Trump supporters and destroy their businesses. And most importantly, trying to destroy a charity, a children's charity.
With the number of groups where every single comment gets approved. So for her to go ahead and try to wash her hands of it is probably very immature. She can't have a group and say that she's not responsible for that. Yeah. So the complicity goes to her.
And I mean, is she taking ownership of putting together the spreadsheet, or whose handiwork was that? She doesn't want to talk about it.
We don't know. We don't know. But the thing is, it's a group that she's the administrator of. And I keep thinking that. Go ahead.
No, and I mean, and like, how prominent is she, and is this group, and how many people like her are being public about their desire to see your business and others boycotted and so forth?
I've never heard of her until now. Now she's prominent. She's got the fame and fortune that she wants. Yeah. I think there's groups that are out here that are incredibly vocal. In prepping to come in here, I did a little research on her on Facebook, and she said she spent 20 years traveling the world as a missionary. I find it, or a missionary's daughter, I find it hard to believe that this woman who has those Christ-based love in her post yesterday was about kindness, it would go ahead and vilify people who have really, I've spent 30 years, I grew up here, and I publicly, I don't do anything to the left or the right. I love them all. I really do. My private matters and the way I vote and what I believe are my matters. But to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and vilify people who don't believe the same things that I do, I think it comes down to one or two different things. Either, I hate saying it this way, but she's incredibly stupid, or she is has a very, very low emotional intelligence. Because I think about this. She lost, obviously, in her election results, and so she allows this to be permitted on her site. And as a result of her emotional intelligence or her stupidity, she, as an employee of a city, in the face of a city that wants to attract and develop Geneva into something of prominence, has done a lot of things now to hurt a lot of people that have invested years, decades into their community. That's a problem. Well, I don't understand why Geneva would allow that. And then I guess she's an employee of Aurora.
City of Aurora. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got calls into Richard Irvin to see for a comment on her. And by the way, she can be both stupid and have low emotional intelligence.
A little bit of
both. So you can see it is now getting some serious traction. Martha Paschke, here she is. That is the face of the Facebook group that tried to cancel all these businesses. But it kept going further. The Gateway Pundit also picked up the story. So it wasn't just slightly offensive. It wasn't just Next News Network. Gateway Pundit picked it up, and they ran with the story thanks to Terry Newsom. And he's a local podcaster. His show is called Behind Enemy Lines, and he's out there. He even got contacted by Shaw Local, which is a local paper, because of this post. They didn't like the fact that he gave Martha a nice mustache there and called it what it is, a hit list. But WLS picked up the story as well. This is great, but let's take a look at the Gateway Pundit piece real quick. So Gateway Pundit runs the story, Illinois politician exposed by grassroots for administrating Facebook page targeting conservative businesses. 133 comments. Paul Drabik is the author. And he starts by saying, as we enter the dawn of a new political era, it's important to highlight the radicalism of the left. There's no hyperbole in acknowledging the parallels to communist regimes of the 20th century. From Stalin's Great Purge to Mao's lists for counter-revolutionaries, millions of people would end up slaughtered for the crimes of wrongthink. Subsequently, Americans should pay attention when local politicians make lists of their political enemies. An alderwoman in Geneva, Illinois, was found to have been an administrator for an activist group targeting conservative businesses. Unsurprisingly, the alderwoman is also a government employee. Shannon Adcock of Awake, Illinois, highlights the details in an X post. The title of the Google Doc doesn't hide the ball. Fox Valley and Western suburban businesses with terrible politics. Gateway Pundit shining a very important light on this story. And then we have this. This is when they went. She went on WLS. I have the post here. Shannon Adcock was on with WLS. Where's that? It's supposed to be here. Hello. Just a second. I'll just have to go to the thread itself because I posted it in the thread. I've been updating this thread repeatedly. Here it is. This is the WLS. This is a big radio station locally.
ULS AM 890. Yesterday at about this time, I was being inundated with text messages from WLS AM890 listeners saying, Ray, you got to take a look at this. And on this list that was texted to us was a group of basically Fox Valley businesses that were in the crosshairs, if you will, of a activist group that doesn't like conservatives. So Awake Illinois is a Facebook page, and they said, hey, here is what's going on, and here is who are the administrators on this page. One of the administrators on the page, now this doesn't mean she wrote the list, right? And I just want to be clear about this, that we have at WLS reached out to Martha Paschke, and we have reached out to Mayor Kevin Burns to get their take on this. So far, I haven't heard back, which is unusual, because usually Mayor Kevin Burns, who has a lot of fun with me from time to time with the Batavia Geneva football rivalry, will hit me right back. But me thinks that some people might be in a little bit of hot water out in Geneva over this. So without further ado, we bring in Shannon Adcock from Awake, Illinois. Hi, Shannon.
Good morning, Ray. How are you?
So, Shannon, tell me about this list, how you found it, and why these people are on it.
Well, we're so proud to be the largest grassroots organization here in the state of Illinois, Awake Illinois. We are a nonprofit, and we have really great reach on social media and within our communities. So what people did was they saw this post in this closed Facebook group, and they sent it to us, and we were proud to shed light on it. You know, what's interesting, Ray, is that post-election now, so many residents are ready to just unify in their communities and see civility brought back. So the people who are upset to see this, they're not just your hardcore typical conservatives or, you know, quote MAGA people or even diehard politicos. These are people who want to see their area thrive. In Geneva, where this Martha Paschke is an alderwoman, she is basically endorsing the censorship and the blacklisting of these businesses. And this community is nothing without its small businesses. The entire Fox Valley area is small businesses and family-owned restaurants. That's what makes it special. So we exposed this, and people are very upset about it, and they want to see her held to account as an elected official that is basically looking to harm her own community.
What I don't understand is this, I have a very close high school personal friend, just to be clearing up front, that owns the Copper Fox and owns Foxfire in Geneva. And he put on his social media page how upset he was to wake up and hear that he was being doxxed by somebody that is a member of his own community, a community where he's very involved. I mean, this is the way it works with small businesses. They provide dinners for the local football team, for the Geneva Vikings. They put a lot of money back into the community. This is aside from the tax base that they contribute to. And to find out in your town that you're trying to do all of this stuff and still trying to make a comeback from the draconian lockdowns we had during COVID, and it is a real struggle. If people don't know that or feel that, it really is hard for these businesses to wake up and find out that somebody that's been elected in your town is part of a group that's putting out a list like this was very disheartening to him.
100%. But, you know, it's backfiring bigly. Cancel culture is being canceled in real time. Look at what happened with Movable Feast when we all shared that. They're having a record week in patronage. And so let's look at this list real quickly. I know you're going to share it. We've shared it on our social media. The title of this spreadsheet is Fox Valley West Suburban Businesses with Terrible Politics Based on Observations of Overt Activity by the Business or Owner. Like, this is Stasi stuff. These people would have been wearing brown shirts in the 40s. Don't tell me they wouldn't have been. So let's look at, 38 motor cars is one business. They had a Let's Go Brandon on the LED screen. Somebody tell Democrats that they got rid of Brandon. They got rid of Biden on their own. We didn't.
Right.
Look at Arcata, St. Charles. Onesti, the owner, outspoken to keep Christopher Columbus statue via JCCIA. So that's an Italian-American nonpartisan group.
And he's just he's an Italian American guy that does his
Italian American. Yes,
he does so much good in the neighborhood. You know, you can have differing views. You can vote for whoever you want. But I'm here to tell you that what's going on and what we're talking about right now, this stuff is on the deathbed. And you bringing light to this is going to. I mean, I know it's already causing so much panic out there amongst the people that put this together. I asked you yesterday. I said, where do I find this Facebook page? And it's hidden. I can't find it. Now, is that something that just happened, post us talking about it, or how's that work? Okay.
Yes, they're panicking now because, we've outed them for being the little communists that they are. And communists are cowards. That's the good news. We the people have more power than we have harnessed. And when we shed light by simply sharing what they themselves have published, they start to get scared. They don't stand there and own their principles anymore because, oops, they realize they're on the wrong side of the barricade. And so what's fascinating is that Martha Paschke has now had an ethics complaint filed against her. Attorney Linda Singeri, put this ethics complaint to the mayor of Geneva and the city clerk. And can I just read a couple lines that she put in this beautiful, eloquent letter? This is how we, the people, advocate. We do not go around yelling at people that they're Nazis. We do not drive down their street and harass them. She filed a very poised ethics complaint. So she says, Alderperson Martha Paschke's administration and moderation of a local business blacklist based upon political opposition echoes the dark days of McCarthyism. And she's right. She goes on to say, such actions are not only ethically dubious, but also detrimental to the fabric of the community as they deter open discourse and democratic participation. These oppressive tactics do not ensure a fair and free environment for all citizens. When an elected official supports a blacklist that targets political opponents, their ability to make fair and impartial decisions in areas like zoning, licensing, and other regulatory matters becomes severely compromised and demonstrates a conflict of interest, bias, a perception of favoritism, a potential for retaliation, and leads to legally questionable decision-making. This is what has the citizens of Geneva very, very upset. So now people are looking to take back their local governments from woke progressivism, and we are here for it. We celebrate it, and people need to stay active and ride this momentum that is absolutely going to cancel culture.
How much have these folks come after you since you brought this all to light? I have to imagine that you've been targeted on the social media as well.
Oh, no, I was targeted. I'm OG. I was targeted in 2020 when I was rallying to reopen schools, became a school board candidate, and was called a Nazi for being against race hustling in the classroom. And I sued Pritzker. I was one of the parents to sue Pritzker to get the masks off of our kids when he violated our due process rights. So I am a struggle session champion here in Naperville. They've tried to cancel me. They've tried to come after my husband's work. They've tried to come after all of us who are simply speaking truth. And look, America spoke. America is done with this division. Trump has been elected. Culture is downstream of politics. People are done with the self-censorship that they have tried to foist upon us simply for speaking for capitalism, for our area businesses, for our families, and for our freedom. So there's a very positive outlook right now. And look, these businesses are going to boom. This is backfiring bigly. You come after our communities, you come after our families and our businesses. Oh, yeah, we're stepping up big time.
Nick, I've said it a million times, and I'll say it again. Do not piss off a suburban mom. when it comes to her kids, when it comes to what she stands for, and you're right, cancel culture is done. I like what you stand for. You have a place here on this radio station when you need. And I also want to just add, and again, I just want to be very clear. Here on this radio station, where Nick and I stand on a lot of issues, but we're also going to be very fair. And if Mayor Burns wants to call, he's got my cell number. I've been texting him. And if Martha Paschke wants, we'll give her the platform to defend. As I said earlier, it doesn't mean she put this list together, but she is an admin on this page. But she's also the director of innovation and strategy, as far as I know, for the city of Aurora. And that is problematic. So I think you got to. Here, you can have a freedom of speech, right? That's not what this is about. And a lot of people are saying, Shannon, that you're trying to stifle somebody's free speech. No, that's not what this is about. What we're trying to understand and do here is that you have people that are Democrats and Republicans that have businesses. And I don't want to see a Democrat or a Republican fail at something they're putting their backbone in. And as far as this list, you came after some people that are friends of mine. I've lived in that area all my life. And they work so hard that they don't deserve this. We have to leave it there, Shannon.
They don't deserve it at all. But it's going totally viral. Shaw Local, as I stated, reports that the Geneva alderwoman Martha Paschke is getting supposed hate calls from Michigan and Wisconsin. They're not stopping, she says, and now she's facing an ethics complaint over her role in the pro-Trump business hit list. The firestorm is not dying, so keep it up. And as we just told you, Larry Betag of the Betag Group Also appeared on AM560 The Answer. And then tomorrow, I will be there in Foxfire, Geneva, between 11:30 and 1:30. So send an email to tom@freedomsquare.com. Not what you see on the screen. That's a typo. It's freedomsquare.com to join the fight. And I'll be there, and I'm happy to meet you guys, shake your hands. But most importantly, please make a donation to Big Hearts of Fox Valley. They are one of the people on the list, one of the groups on the list that was targeted, and they support children at Christmas time and families that can't afford coats. So it's going viral. The people are pushing back. We are tired of it. And again, this is part of the ethics complaint. Exhibit B. These are all the administrators and moderators of that Facebook group. Fox Valley Activists, the group located in Illinois. Okay? So it's going viral. People are fighting back, and we are here for it, and we are supporting all these local businesses, and they can't hide. They can't hide at all. So make sure you push back against cancel culture. If you want to know more, go to my X account, locate the thread, and take action, and I'll see you tomorrow. So the Fox Valley Resistance, it shows us what happens when patriots unite against cancel culture. These business owners didn't just survive the left's attack, they are thriving. The secret Facebook group has gone dark. Ethics complaints are piling up, and the Democrat alderwoman behind the scheme is now facing calls for resignation. This is how we win, America. We turn their hit lists into support lists, their boycotts into boycotts. And speaking of support, don't forget to check out our exclusive Next News merch at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Show the world you stand with independent media and these brave business owners. But here's the question we need you to answer in the comments. If the radical left tried to cancel your business, would you stand and fight like these Fox Valley patriots, or would you stay quiet to avoid the mob? Let us know in the comments below.